So welcome to this energy update now, where we look at we open to the divine resonances that are active now in the Gaia Blueprint and in the collective human blueprint, allowing those resonances to support us in our own story of our ascension. So we'll be bringing through channeled messages with guides of unconditionally loving integrity. We'll be bringing through energy activations, and we'll also be bringing through energetic support. And we're going to open to Q&A, so do feel free to post your reflections and questions from the heart as they come. We'll respond to what we're drawn to and guided in the moment. So I'm going to start with a little grounding exercise now. I mean, there's like an infinite different number of ways to ground. It always makes me laugh when someone says you are or you aren't grounded, like it's an on or an off switch, because the ways in which you can't be grounded are almost countless. But let's start, because the theme right now is expansion. Just to say that last week the theme was compost, being in the soil, being in the nutrients and the nurturing nourishment of the new creations within ourselves that we're going to expand. And then a few days ago, I think, GevaAnn, we had the growth. There was new light, new growth, multicolored energies of what's coming in new, being the plant erupting into life, well, growing its stem into the world. And, you know, I honestly thought that we were going to be doing our core work in this transmission on that part of the process. I was going to send out an update to everyone saying, this is what we'll be doing. And I got blocked, and I'm glad I did, because today what we're getting is grounding and expansion. This is like the plant, not just putting its stem up through the soil, but actually bursting into shape. And there's an expansion happening now. And so for staying stable while expansion, especially quickening expansion's happening, it really helps to be grounded and rooted. So let's start with a very short grounding exercise. I will bring in the elements, but I encourage everyone to work with this in your own way. We all have very unique ways that we work with energy, very unique ways that we ground. So I'm just going to bring in the outline, but stay with your internal experience and let your attention go to where you're drawn to. Okay, so we'll start in the heart. Nice deep breath. Allow the system to vibrate exactly as it is in this moment. All vibrations welcome. All breathing patterns are just fine as they are. Let attention expand to include all the vibrations happening in the body and the body field of energy now. But as though you are listening from your heart and center. If you were a ship, this could be the helm. All the information is reaching you on the radars around you. You're listening to your expanded self as it shows up in the body as sensation and vibration. Now, no judgment. Nothing you should be noticing specifically, and no right or wrong way of being with this. Just notice what happens as you come to your own center, the helm of your being, and open to notice the frequencies moving in your body field of consciousness now. What happens to the rhythm of the breath? Do those vibrations calm or intensify? Just notice. You come to awareness of a rhythm, whether it's the rhythm of the breath, the heartbeat, or something liminal in between. Something beyond even the breath and the heartbeat. For there are other rhythms always at work in you. So coming to the heart brings you into the still point where all of the rhythms can nest one within the other, can harmonize, because you are in the fulcrum, the point of equilibrium. There's the benefit of doing nothing for a moment. That's why we encourage it so often. So give yourself permission for the body to allow the tension ready to leave in this moment to drain out of your system into the soil of the earth, into the energy of the earth, into the very center of the earth now. Shanihina Makata. Don't worry about what you experience once you've made an intention like that. Your experience is not the highest truth. Your permissions are what is important. What are you giving permission for in your own energy field now? In your own field of consciousness now? Are you giving permission for stress and strain to drain away? It knows where it goes. Let it go. Anya. Bit of energetic help coming in from the guides to support you now. So I would open to allow attention to drop from the heart. Solar, that space just beneath the rib cage, the internal sun. We're not trying to achieve anything with this. We're just dropping into that space. Listening to the body. Noticing the rhythm of the breath and any vibrations we feel as sensation, emotion, or even thought to be as they are when we are in our solar centers here under the rib cage. So you can just be noticing the physical sensations in that part of the body. Maybe you don't get much, and that is fine. It's not important what you experience. It's important where you place your attention within yourself. The act of listening is not about always getting answers, but initiating a dialogue that's internal with your own energy systems. This is what we're doing here now. Guides are bringing in the support as you open to what's for you in the field. Beautiful. And again, notice what happens to those vibrations when you simply notice them. The breath, sensation, emotions, and thought. And dropping again from the solar center to the sacral, you can think of this as the lower belly, opening to notice the sensations, the vibrations, in the physical body in this space here now. Expanding to include the sensations and vibrations, movements in your energy field. To say it again, don't worry if you don't experience this. Intention setting. Very powerful way to work. If you release yourself from needing to experience everything you're doing, you're delimiting what can come in, what can move now in the moment, and you're opening to the energetic support available from the guides right now. Just trust that they're being working with you through your highest self for your highest good. Bringing in what you're able to receive safely, appropriately, and lovingly, and kindly. Okay, and from the sacral center in the body, we're going to drop down to the root. So opening to the possibility of noticing sensations in the spine, base of the spine now. Welcoming those sensations as vibrations, not stories, but more like patterns. of energy in movement. Not needing to get the story or understand the meaning. What's important is your attention here now. That's where the magic happens. Allowing the vibrations, sensations to be present in the body here, exactly as they are, and noticing those rhythms again, the rhythm of the breath. Just that there is one, not what it's doing. Stay with that. When things move from our root, we can get very destabilized. So be in that rhythm of the breath. This is what is giving permission for the expansion, the natural expansion happening in the field now, to be anchored, stable, grounded. So stay with how your body is, and now open to listen to, does it want to move you? So you're not moving the body, let the body move you. Very subtle, let the movements be unexpected or strange. Maybe just a leaning, maybe an opening. Listen to your feet, let them soften, move from being rigid to being loose, so that if there's movement energy in the feet, you can really let your feet move and twist or stretch the way they want to right now. And the hips, feet and hips, and whatever else feels right for you. I've got feet, hips, and shoulders. You might have different parts of you on the move. So my rib cage is joining in now. Very gentle, very subtle. Part of this is allowing the guides to move you. Those who are working with you are moving you, and you are being moved from within. This is your own God consciousness breath, the breath of life and vitality, finding its way through your energy pathways, and the body has its own intelligence about how it wants to open to that. So these very subtle movements that we're doing now can be having a profound effect on energetic pathways in the body. So you imagine a tube that's been closed up tight, learning how to open and allow energy to move through it again. It's a bit like that. Energetically, parts of our energy biology can be flattened into a flat space or even to a quintessential point. And as we open to parts of ourselves, those energetic spaces expand, and the life force, the vitality, or the prana begins to move and flow and circulate through newly expanded energetic pathways and capillaries. So we go very gently, love. Can you imagine if your lungs suddenly opened up a whole bunch of new capillaries and you were breathing oxygen into those parts? You go a little slowly and you let the body adjust. It's just the same with energy systems. So trust what's being activated now is divinely appropriate for you. You have your own teams working with you. They're just holding the field. You know, and kind of giving you a narration of what's now. And the reason it works when we come together in a live like this is we've all come together with a held, shared purpose to open to what's for us in the moment, what can help us now. And that shared focus is really delimiting the permissions. It means so much can come through to help us be stabilized and supported while we open to the expansions happening in the collective field now. So we're just talking while you're encouraged to keep listening to the body. And you know what it's like when you wake up and you just want a really good stretch in the morning. You want to let that life force wake the body up and breathe with that new air and that new energy. We're kind of doing something very similar now. Doesn't mean we've got to run off and go get excited with this yet. We're going to be with it. Let it settle. Okay. Okay, so we were working with the heart, then the solar, and then the sacral, and then the root. So going down from the heart through those centers in the lower body. And now you're invited to let your attention drop to the center of the earth, as though you're on a line that just drops straight down. So we're not doing this or trying this. Let those words be there and open to how you physically feel right now. Stay with the rhythm of the breath. And let go of needing to notice a single thing. So I'm going to hand over to GevaAnn because I think I've got guides working through you. The elementals want to come in and help us ground. I'm just getting the phrase, let yourself be grounded now. So it looks like we're over to the support. Hello, Anne. Glad you're here. Needed. Needed. Thank you. Bringing your grandmother energy, it feels like. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Yay. Thank you.
So just stay with your experience. And trust this grounding. All right, love. Over to you, GevaAnn.
Beloved ones, we are here to assist you. Please allow. We are elementals. We come in all shapes and sizes. And we come to assist you at this time so that you may be more in tune, in symphony, in rhythm with our beloved Gaia. We, of course, talk about the elemental level, particularly, for this is our domain. But we are closely linked to the physical reality that you dwell within, where Gaia is earth, where she is air, she is water, and she is fire, she is tree, and she is stone. In all these places we are also. So allow yourselves to be there with us, for you too are Gaia. We sing the song of life in your veins. We sing the song of life in your veins, in your nerves, in every single aspect of your physical body. We are there. Just as you are there within Gaia. There is no difference, and yet there are multiple differences. We would suggest that your mind will not get around this. It can't make sense. for it is very difficult for the mind to understand this. So allow the body, for the body knows. The body knows. So allow that you flow like water, that you spark like fire. That you grow like plants. That you move invisibly through everything, just as the air that you breathe moves invisibly through you. This is how you allow yourself to expand, to allow your awareness to expand within the physical realm. It is an expansion, not a leaving of self. Allowing yourself to be, and to allow yourself to be also Gaia. Allowing that your body is also the earth. We would suggest that the more you do this, the easier you will find it to stay grounded in the reality of the physical realm. The easier it is for you to be fully present here, now. And the easier it is for all of reality to communicate with you. Thank you for playing with us. We are here. We continue to assist and to play with joy. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It feels like, before we go any further, GevaAnn, I don't know if everyone else can hear you, which is great. Can I ask you to move a bit closer maybe, or speak up, because I struggle to do that. I can hear you when you're there.
I get a bit quiet sometimes when I'm channeling. I must try to remember.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, me too. Yeah. No, that's something to do with the text, so I don't think it's you, love. Don't worry. I just have to compensate for my benefit. Thank you. Don't want to miss out. All right, loves. Well, we're really gathered here now, and I can feel that strength of our gathering. So let's be, before we go further, in that beautiful, what I'm being shown is a golden circle made up of our connected energies. And it's all right. It's not all of us connecting with all of us. There are boundaries here, but there is also a group energy, and it looks like a golden circle of our connected energies. So just sitting in this for a moment, and remember, this is quantum. This includes the future beings who are going to be part of this, as well as those of us here now. And it's just our divinity we're sharing. It's just that which comes from unconditional love. Okay, so if we open to that, it's just an acknowledgement of each other. As we breathe and feel, I'm going to invite you to take a moment to feel one word that comes up when we think of that beautiful circle of golden light, or however it shows up to you, that connectedness. What we're making here, what we're generating in this moment, is so special. Whether you're here live, whether you join us later, this is just what's your one word you feel into this. So I get awe, gratitude, and wonder. That's 3 words. Awe, gratitude, and wonder for us. Thank you so much. Wow, in this special space, I can feel excitement coming in now. Is another message? And you get sovereignty. Wow.
Nice.
If you're watching in the Facebook group, I'm really sorry. For some reason, the comments don't seem to come through yet. We'll wait for the world to catch up with, with what we're asking from it. We'll come and catch those later. Okay. Celebration. Enjoy. Thank you. So each of those words hold a resonance, and it's like as we're responding, we're bringing more to that circle, and it's gathering. It's a synergy of the divine resonances that we're each holding with our presence now. You know, it's a very creative, okay, more on that from the guides. It's a very creative potential in these gatherings. So, I'm going to encourage us into our hearts. Stay with our own experience. Guides want to come through. Someone bringing excitement, energy. My energy. Really stay within. What's coming through now is coming through in silence. And you'll connect with it when you turn inwards. And open to the sensations in your body and field now. This is that which comes in silence, within. Unnamed, unbidden, and yet called for in our heart of heart. That which calls us home. Home to the silence within. Breathe deep, beloveds, for you are also me. As the ocean of all that is the raw, unformed, unmade matter of existence. I am you, and you are also me. We are where the mystery meets the world we see, the threshold on the edge of eventuality. that which is not yet in shape, in existence, in material form, and yet at the same time is ready to be so. You have this throughout the whole of you. It is a dimension of your own existence and consciousness can navigate to any field within itself. All we are doing is sitting together here in the space in between the unbecome and the becoming, where the world meets the mystery from which it is arisen. Breathe here with me now, for in this place you may unfetter yourselves from all that is no longer wished for in your personal, worldly experience. Let it go, beloveds. This is necessary now. We come here for it makes it smoother, simpler, easier, and more elegant. You do not need to consciously process all that you are letting go of. You are in the activity of letting go itself. Your innate wisdom knows exactly and precisely all that you are ready to let go of. What is there to transform from the world of matter, physical, touchable, man-made reality, motifs surrounding you, creating your environment, defining how you will move through your human experience moment to moment, the landscape of consciousness made into matter. What of this, specifically this, is ready to transform? Ask the answerless question, for the answer is too complex to accurately list. Maybe you have things that jump out at you, for sure. But no, there is so very much more ready to release from the landscape of your world, your personal universe. Now, as you let go of your limitations, and you allow your personal universe to reform from the unknown mystery, you are being prepared for a world that can change shape now around you without destabilizing you, without frightening you, without re-triggering you into fear, into constriction. For what does an animal do when it is afraid? Well, some animals, they constrict right into a ball. Other animals freeze. Others fly. Others fight. All of these are animal responses to external change. Change that shows up as a crisis. And what are we doing in these moments but allowing you to vibrate within yourself in that center, that centered place of peace and stability, so that when your world externally, your personal world, not your global world, not the world of events, your personal world brings you earth change, it is not felt as a crisis, rather as a natural continuum. For this is the nature of the breath of life. Everything is always renewing, and you are in a quickening expansion. What happens in a quickening expansion? But that reality will change around you. For as you change internally, so too do you change externally. The two are inseparable. Even your illusion of their separation is dissolving. And that breath of life that lets you know that nothing is static and everything breathes and moves and flows is very gently lifting your grip on some of those things in your external reality that you were clinging to, determined not to let go of. For sure, some things will always remain stable for you. But expansion can have you sometimes tightening the grip on that which wants to breathe and grow and allow your world to change. Thank you. Beloveds, thank you for letting us take you into the deeps for a moment to visit the abstract spaces within yourself. Thank you. It has been a joy to flow and blend, to bring and to receive, to see and to be seen. And we, the Elohim, are ever one within you, reminding you of that part of your consciousness, that part of who you are that remembers its own existence from the dawn of itself within the shores of all that is before anything ever really was. Thank you. So while we come out of that, I'm just being nudged to gently remind us to put attention in our toes. Feel that sensation of feet on floor, or feet on whatever they're touching. Remembering that we're grounded, we're here, we're now, we're bodies, we're human, we're present. The more grounded we are, the deeper, the vaster the aspects of ourselves we can open to and still stay stable and centered. And that, I think, is what the Elohim there would try. Yes, okay, yes. We're bringing in a demonstration of. So this, just to overview it, is also one of the core natures of ascension, one of the core symptoms, if you like, of ascension. Symptoms is not the right word. Characteristics, definitions, that's the one, is, and the one I prefer is expanding our ability to be humanly, bodily, here and now, with our feet firmly planted on the ground, and expand to integrate and to embody the awareness that we are also multidimensional, we are also divine. We're physical and formless. We're touchable and we're energy and consciousness. And what's exciting is that there are more than 7 billion of us on the planet, and we each have a different way that we are or are not opening to that awareness. There's a phenomenal excitement in showing up and sharing with each other from our experiences in the moment. But for now, let's just stay centered, Be with your own internal experience. Feet on the floor. And let yourself integrate just for a moment. I can feel someone else wants to speak. GevaAnn, it feels like it's coming through you. We're not.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question, Sandy. I see you. We're going to come to questions in a bit. I'm going to give the guides some space to just go on this roll first. How does that feel, GevaAnn?
Okay. Let's see who it is.
Mhm. Just be aware there's channeled energy transmission is going to come through now as well. So stay grounded in your own experience while you receive what's for you. Okay, love, over to you.
Mm. We thank you. We thank you for the choices that you are making, for every single choice you make makes a difference. We see this. This is why there has been such emphasis on choose from your heart. Choose what expands you. Choose what excites you. This is a collective choice point at this time, not just this moment, but all the moments. As many of you are aware, there universes are here supporting you and your choices at this time. At this pivotal point in the collective evolution of all that is, within the physical reality that you know as Earth, within the consciousness of Gaia and humanity, every choice makes a difference. So choosing from your heart, allowing excitement and joy and love to be the guidance of your choices opens you to more possibility, more joy, more excitement, more love. This fuels the lightness of being that enables you all collectively to move together to a range of frequencies that you call the fifth dimension. You are there, but it is though you are on the edge. And it is understanding the power of your choices that takes you deeper into these frequencies, this bandwidth, if you wish. We are here to assist you at this time, to bring to your awareness, as has been requested, the power of your choice. For you are creators, and you are creating a new reality within the old that supersedes the old. This is quite a delicate operation. And why it is important that you understand the power of your choice. For each time you choose love, joy, you lighten your being and you step more fully, more securely into the new reality. And the field opens up for you that you are able to create more. You have been used to living in a world of contraction. For this was the great experiment, the great exploration that is known as separation. But you have left this, or are leaving it, for it is still with you. But as you step more and more fully, securely, solidly into the new reality, your choices expand as you expand. Reality reshapes itself around you, and you create that reality. It can be that the magnitude of the responsibility of choice can freeze you in place. So we bring to you the idea that when love and joy, excitement, fuel your creation, they are much more likely to land in your world that you create. You will find it harder and harder to create from fear. It simply doesn't happen any longer, for it is not the fuel of your new reality. So set aside all fear. Acknowledge, thank. It has served you well. And it has a role. Allow it to perform its role. Its true role. and allow the new fuel, the fuel of love, to propel you forward as you create the reality you have only dreamed of so far.
Thank you.
We are here to assist you in strengthening your ability to choose from love. We suggest that practice is the best way to strengthen your ability in this new skill.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, John. So Sandy, we're going to get to you. If you're still with us, send me a hello. John, thank you. He says, thank you. It's always a phenomenal pleasure to grow together. And I receive. I'm just, yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. We've got a question and it feels kind of exciting. Should we go into that, GevaAnn? Feels
Yeah,
like
let's
it.
do.
Sandy, I don't know if you're still with us. I know you posted this a few minutes ago. But what I'm seeing here is, hello, grateful for some messages, please. Hello, love. I really like a guy from my temp job, which I'm leaving August the 26th, and I hope to figure this out. Thank you. Oh, Jana, you're here too. Awesome. Sandy, thank you for that. Yeah, beautiful. All right, so I think this is one for both of us, GevaAnn, don't you? I've got a kind of energy alchemy thing. Sally, while I'm reading your field, what I'm seeing is just, honestly, thanks for bringing it, because it is this beautiful energy of joyful love, but it's not as much joyful as excitement. I get this lovely excitement in the heart. And when I connect to that and its clarity, it's like this beautiful golden green flower. Something wants to grow from this. What I'm just seeing in your energy alchemy, just to help you personally while you've got this going on, is I'm seeing a lot of the energy of it. I don't know if this feels how this feels for you, but it feels like some of the excitement energy is being translated into anxiety. Like I can literally see it going up into the head a little bit. And what I'm getting from the guides is, if when you're feeling this at its most intense, so you've got that, how you feel when you think of this person, when you connect with them, what's going on in your heart specifically. If you can also try this out, place your attention on your feet while you're having the feeling. So it's as though you're physically feeling sensations in two places at once. And nothing more than that. It's got to be simple with these intense feelings. We can't do complicated things. We've got to keep it simple. But feel your heart, and at the same time, feel your feet and just breathe. Breathe, breathe. Just for a few moments. And then I think it's lovely what was going on in GevaAnn's message just there, because I think a lot of that was actually possibly aimed at you as well, Sandy. There's this creating from love, from excitement, and oh my gosh, I almost can't remember as much of it as I wanted to now. It's kind of gone in at different levels, so I'm not really able to pull it out on the mental, but not by using my memory anyway. But this sense of allowing love to be your guidance, excitement to be your guidance, love to be your motive, and knowing that there are new creations coming in that are beyond the possibilities that you can see right now. So at the moment, yeah, of course, who doesn't get nervous, for goodness sake? And we're afraid of what we're going to lose as well. What's going to happen? What's going to be lost? What happens when it goes wrong? And although people can be very dismissive about being nervous in the presence of one that we feel love or affection for, I think that's unkind, because nervousness is actually speaking to the part of us that desperately wants and remembers how natural, just knows how natural it is for love to communicate as love with love, to be fully met in a loving way. And of course, being part of human means that we have all these games in how we relate. There's all kinds of different ways that somebody can respond to us. If we're feeling a loving feeling towards another, we can't rely on them responding with love. And so, yeah, it's it's just so normal to feel nervousness and think maybe we haven't got it right, or this is just no. Actually, there's a part of us that needs protecting in these moments. Is that you need to be protected while you're feeling this feeling, so that it's not that the person you're feeling it for is important, because that could be him, he could be forever, or he could change. But the feeling of being able to love is like the most important thing we have. It's the most beautiful gift we get to humanly explore when we're human. And it's the closest we get, I think, as human beings, so often to feeling divine love. No, it's not just your imagination, not at all. But so protecting your heart is important. And they're giving this real simple energy exercise for that. So stay in your heart, stay in your feet. And know that although your imagination is busy, it's mainly we go into our minds when we're afraid, because we give our minds the job of protecting us from fear. And it's really natural for energy from the heart to go up to the head, which is what I was seeing with you. But even while we're talking, I can see you now with that heart energy in 3 places. So I can see you in your heart, it's in your head, and it's in your feet. That is enough, because the more you practice that, the more it will just come from the heart to the body. And yeah. And the guarding, we give our minds the job of protecting us. And actually, when we're grounded in the body and our heart energy feels safe, because we're able to hold it and physically feel it, regardless of whether it's met, then we don't have to give our heads so much to do. So less of that heart energy goes up to the mind. So that helps us with nervousness and being guarded. And it means you can let your guard down a little bit. Maybe that's what maybe that's how he'll be able to come in. Because if your guard is up and your nerves are high, it's very hard for him and his heart to reach yours. So good luck with that, Sandy. I hope it works out with you guys. I really do. Thank you for your beautiful question. GevaAnn, we've got another question come in, but is there anything before we move on that comes?
No, I think you've covered it. I was going to say put your awareness in your feet. So yes.
Okay, that was both of us you're getting that from, Sandy. Okay. Good. Thanks. So just going to check in. Yeah. And Sandy, I know you were just saying, just to say, you've only got a few weeks left. Now, what GevaAnn was saying, the channeling beforehand is that love can create new possibilities. So the reason we're saying put your energy in your feet when you're feeling the love is because the mind can really limit that when we're afraid, because we think we've got a deadline. We need to know what's happening. A lot of fear comes from what's going to happen, the future. And your route to creating new possibilities for this love to blossom is in the moment, relies upon you being in the moment, releasing yourself from the fear of the future or your awareness of future deadlines. And that's quite a tough gig when the mind knows you've got a deadline coming up, having to tell it to just go, yeah, I know, shush, I'm here now. I'm going to feel this now, and I don't know what's coming. I don't know how it's going to unfold, but I'm here and I'm open. I'll see. Yeah, I hope it works out, love. I really do. So maybe we hear from you again sometime and you can let us know. Okay. Thank you.
Indeed.
All right. Thank you, Nina, for your thank yous. That's beautiful.
Hi, Nina.
Share life. Carla, that is a big, beautiful question. A message possible to help me figure out. So Carla has just, right. Could I please have a message? It's possible to help me figure out the energy of my situation and my life. Now, this is likely to be a big response, guys. So for those of you listening, trust that when we're answering one-to-one, if you stay internal and stay with your own internal experience, set it up. You're going to be setting it up so that whatever we're talking about, whoever we're talking with, you're going to receive what's for you. There's always something for each of us in this. So let's just take a moment. And for those of us in this group field, what's really beautiful when someone is in the spotlight is if we all silently stay in ourselves, in what's going on internally with us. So feel your breath, feel our heartbeat, feel our feet. It's the theme of now, isn't it? Feel our root. And then open to include this one person in our awareness, just to include them. So we're actually energizing them in our attention now. And that just, this is going to help what wants to come through. Yeah. We're in our heart space. Just listening to the heart energy of another. I've got some things coming through to you, Brad. Shall I start? Shall we just bounce back and forth? Because this is not a message yet. It's the first thing I see, Carla, is the energy of a lion. Is it a lion? No, it's a tiger, sorry. And there is a golden, there's a golden quality to this tiger, sorry, energy in you. It's just in you, or it's for you, sorry, not in you, but for you. That's showing up now. And it feels like a kind of an animal guide. That's lean forward with this. It's very much about how you lean into the world, how you lean forward, how you put yourself forward. And it wants to bring you quality of strength that comes from self-knowledge, that comes from knowing, that comes from a security in yourself. That what you are, who you are, what you do, why you're putting yourself forward, and I'm putting yourself forward can be like in a conversation, it can be in your work, it can be anything where you're walking into the world. It's how you walk into the world. And it's got that strength of self-knowledge. I am this. I am for this. And I am showing up as who I am. So there's a gift coming from an animal guide working with you now, is the sense I've got. So just before we bring anything else in, I'd invite you to just feel the body right now and imagine, how would it feel to feel stable and strong and self-knowing in my body right now as I'm talking to someone else, as I'm presenting something to someone, as I'm putting forth an argument or something I've got to say. Just can ask yourself that question, how would it feel? While you're doing that, I'm kind of getting the reading of a lot of energy that wants to leave, that doesn't feel like that, but that would really like to move out of the field now. So I'm going to let that move, and GevaAnn, I'm going to hand over to you if there is anything. If not, just bounce it back, of course.
It is good that you remember the animal guides. They can indeed help you, for they have known physical form, and they are so familiar with physicality. So indeed, allow yourself to be the tiger. Allow this energy to course through you. Allow yourself to move as they move. To have the awareness of the life around you, and yet be fully centered and present within yourself. You are aware of the energies around you, of the life around you. But there is no need to be swayed by them. For you are who you are, and resting solidly within this knowledge is what the tiger does. He knows he is a tiger. He knows who he is. And he makes his choices. From within himself when he feels to move to a new location, he moves his whole body. You've seen him do this. When he is hungry, he will hunt. And he is completely focused in the hunt. It is not that you ignore what is around you, but it is that you stay focused in who you are and your purpose. You are constantly gathering information from the world around you. Allow this to keep you informed. Informed. But allow your actions to arise from within you. Your animal guides can support you in many ways. They each bring specific gifts to you. Communicating with them, asking for their support, can only help you. For they know and understand embodiment. And how to live in the world.
Mm.
Thank you for your query. It is a delight to be with you at this time. To communicate in this manner.
Mm. Mm.
Thank you. Mm.
Thanks, GevaAnn. Hey, Carla, how are you doing, love? If you don't want to talk, don't feel like you need to. Just checking in. I was getting that we're just working with your personal expansion at the moment, and that seemed to be the nature of it. That the tiger energy was bringing that in. A big heart expansion, a big domain of expansion of domain for you, your energetic domain. But I was also getting a lot around the solar plexus, like this is the center that's busy right now. And just while you were listening to that expansion, I could feel you letting it in energetically. It was like something in one of the organs packed under the rib cage, the right rib cage, wanted to just release. And I could feel something then finding its way to the rest of the body. So although this is about, so this, yeah, they seem to be working quite heavily with your body, releasing the old. Yeah. What replaces stability when we're walking forward can be lots of different things. It can be assertion, over-assertion or aggression, or it can be reticence and hanging back. It can be all kinds of different contracted or overextended ways of being compensating for not having that animal stability. Now, stability in other ways, you might not have that animal stability. And I get the contracted energy in the body wanted to release. And while the channeling was coming through, that's what I was getting in your field, love. So I get this sense of protecting your heart as well. Like guard your heart with other people as you move forward. There's especially just, it's not a permanent thing. That's not an ongoing. It's just now because you've got this expansion happening now. So just at the moment, protect your heart. And sometimes that means listening to when it's the right time to say something and when it's the right time to just keep something to yourself, because saying it would make your heart a bit vulnerable. So just guard your heart, make that priority for a week or two, is what I'm getting at the moment, while the expansion you're going through has got time to kind of change a few things for you. Yeah. Don't get anything else coming through my end on this at the moment, Carla. You're right with that, my love. And how are you, GevaAnn? Anything else coming through for you on that?
No.
No. All right, lovely.
I've got nothing else on that.
Okay. Well, you can always message us outside of this live if stuff moves for you around this. All right, Carla? Well, maybe hear from you again. Thank you so much for bringing that and letting us open to it. Oh, thank you. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So let's just.
That's good to be reminded of them. Good to be reminded of the animal guides.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I feel like I was benefiting from having that energy in the room, so to speak.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh. All right, loves. I think this is possibly the last question we're going to look at today. And this is Jana. Thank you. I'm just going to put this up and have it. Question. I experienced dizziness for 2 days like never before. Had to stay lying down mostly. What was that about? Now it's okay again. Thank you. It's funny you say that, Jana. I bet there's somebody else watching who can relate to you. having strong energetic experiences as part of our ascension. Now, just to disclaim before we carry on with this, never abandon your physical health protocols when something is going on for you. Always, you know, do what's sensible. Awesome. Always do what's sensible. But we are going to talk about, I think, I've got quite a few messages. It almost feels like they're crowding in to speak on this, on very strong physical symptoms turning up when we're working with energy and you're working with consciousness. So, all right, let's have a listen. I think I can feel, all right, I think I'm going to go first and bounce it over to you.
It's you first, lovely.
Whoa. Okay. Machine. Your dizziness. So we're just letting this open in the field and having a little read before. There was a disparity between the frequential velocity of your of the energy moving in your light body and what your physical and the capacity for absorbing, integrating, and embodying this in your physical body. The difference between the velocity and the capacity for one is happening at a higher dimensional aspect of yourself, and yet you are physically connected to this higher dimensional aspect of yourself, created this differential, created the physical sensation that you were experiencing. There was no way to avoid this, for when you are physically receptive to energetics, to energetic expansions, where you are literally increasing your capacity to hold and vibrate with light. And light is traveling previously untraveled circuitry in your light body, generating resonances, catalyzing other activities, and you are physically registering this activity. It can be both a blessing and a bit of a challenge. For you are enhancing your own ability to physically embody what is happening at the higher dimensions of yourself. So you have asked to physically feel, to physically register more of your fifth dimensional light body. And as a result, your body has to go through a integration process where it begins the process of expanding its capacity to contain these frequencies by first contacting these frequencies. So you have a delay, if you like, between the body first contacting these higher dimensional frequencies and expanding its own natural capacity to contain them. The capacity of the body to contain these higher vibrational capacities is inherent within you. This is contained. The templates that hold the encodements that know how to hold these higher frequential velocities at a physical decompression of themselves, they are within you and they have to come online. So there is a processing time where they first get the information that it's time for them to come online, then they come online, and then they have to integrate. Now, in this time, you have, of course, in your physical field, more movement than you're able to stably manage. And so, And so the natural survival mechanisms of the body respond by calling you into stillness. So when you feel dizzy, what do? But you stop moving. And this is actually what's required. Because in stillness, when the body is still, the velocities, the trajectories, and the movements and motions of the rhythms and patterns of energy following circuitry within you find their equilibrium. And it is in the equilibrium of these energies that expansion can happen. It is a kind of grounding. Being still is a kind of grounding, for it is a centering and a grounding that enables frequencies to stabilize. When they're stable, expansion can happen much more efficiently. So when you feel these like you say, dizziness, it is a wise idea to be as still as possible, not to fear what is happening, but to put out the, we would say, disclaimer through your higher self that you allow only that which is safe and appropriate. You trust that you are integrating energies in a way that is highly aligned, that allows in only frequencies of unconditional love, unconditionally loving integrity, and you ask your higher self to adapt these integrations and expansions into fifth dimensional embodiment, your light body, your fifth dimensional embodiment, to be as harmonious with your daily life obligations as possible. This is a request you can make. So simply ask for the energetic work to be as harmoniously integrated with your daily life responsibilities as possible. And everything has to adjust itself around that request. Everything has to adjust itself around that request. And when you make that request, along with the invocation that you only allow what is graceful, loving, benevolent, and kind, as well as safe and appropriate, everything has to respond according to your instructions, and you will find that this should happen in a way that is a little easier, a bit less disruptive of normal life, and certainly a little less alarming than it might otherwise be. Also, when this happens, you can be aware that what is happening is already guarded and overseen by your higher self, by the most benevolent guardian you could possibly have. So you can relax and trust that if it is a strong experience, you are having it in the most graceful way possible. Know also that if things accelerate and you wish them to slow down, you can always ask for energetic expansions and accelerations to slow down. You can ask for them to speed up, but we don't generally recommend this. And it is this asking habit which enables you and those supporting you, those teams in consciousness supporting you and working with you, to get to know each other better. They begin to know you and your preferences become something that get automatically accounted for the more you invoke and state them. So you get to the point where you no longer need to state your preferences because you have such a good working relationship with your guides that they are known. And more, these experiences become something a little gentler, kinder, easier to integrate, and more efficient. So depending on what your priorities are for integrating energy awareness in daily life. There's something about the specifics of your expansion. It's very much as though something about integrating energy safely. And I'm just getting pictures of like your internal organs. I don't know quite why. Maybe these. Yeah. GevaAnn, do you get anything on the why of that? Like why is there a connection between the energy integration and the internal organs? More than, yeah.
There's a lot stored in them that is is ready to transform, to move. And so it's allowing so to pay to be mindful of supporting your internal organs more than you may normally do so. Just at this point, because there is so much change occurring there at the molecular level. Yeah. It's nothing to worry about. But it is something to be mindful of. The process is ongoing, and the suggestion would be that the instruction would be for you to bring for it's almost like you're kind of telling the physician, you're saying, well, actually, it's given me a bit of a problem, what do you suggest? And then they can say, okay, it's a bit of a problem, we slow down a little, or it changes a bit, or something. Or it's more about you're giving instructions to your energy and your guidance about what is happening in your physical form, helps for you to be more supported. It's just as though you were going to the doctor and saying, this is giving me trouble, what can I do about it? Only they won't give you pills, they'll do some energy work with you, or they may make suggestions to you if you have that level of communication with your guides. But you're also informing your energy field. But what I get there is that there is a lot happening in the internal organs at the moment, and it's fine. It's just but you may have experiences of it being that you may have pain experience. If you do and you're worried, then certainly you see somebody about it. But at the moment, what they're saying is that they're just flagging up, don't worry, it's okay, it is moving. So I think it's, as much as anything, is so that you there is a reduction of fear and panic, because we can flip into fear and panic around our physical body very easily with pain. So it's a kind of grounding and breathing, and allowing that we allow those things anything that's going on in the body, allow it to move, reinforce that things are leaving and moving at the energy level. There's a first line thing, and if you're still concerned, of course, go see your doctor.
I'm getting the high white blood cell count. I very rarely get information. This is what they're giving me. Not that you need to do anything about that, but it might help to ask if there is, or to have a look at what you do, if there is, what you can do to help that. I don't know. And there is an inclusion of doctor help in this. It's okay to go and ask the doctors for help, and to work from both ends, from the outside in and the inside out, so that you can feel calm and grounded, that you've got a balanced approach to whatever's going on, and that you're taking support from all areas, all directions. And of course, you're sovereign in that. You choose what you accept, you choose what you throw out, you choose what you work with. But there is a level of excitement around your own dialogue. It's not your own dialogue, sorry, your own perception, and your own perceptive spectrum expanding into body consciousness, so that you're getting more of a relationship of talking and listening between what's going on, not just with the organs of the body, but it's a sense of with the minutiae, the more detailed. Because there's a kind of element of body consciousness where you can give them instructions. You say, hey, could you balance this for me? Could you bring about balance? Can you change the instructions here? And, actually exploring a little bit of that dialogue between the body consciousness and yourself, and understanding that there is a part of your body consciousness that works in the minutiae, in the microcosm, that does have the job of responding to instructions that you give it. Now, of course, we always think we're giving instructions from the mind, and often instructions are way more effective when they come from heart and mind, heart, body, mind awareness. you know, from awareness itself. So there is that sense of excitement, almost for excitement's sake, that your dialogue is developing, and the spectrum of perception, so what you're able to perceive within yourself, is really due for an expansion. Like, it's already been expanding and it's due for more. So I kind of want to hear about that. I really want to hear what you get when you dialogue, when you look. What do you get when you start to look and start to dialogue with what's going on within? So thank you, love. Just give us feedback if you want to, because I'm now excited. Because, yeah. And I hope that, yeah, I do hope that your process doesn't cause you pain. I really do, and that it's benevolent, and then we can bring in as much benevolence for that as possible. GevaAnn, do you get anything else on that just before we put it to bed?
No.
I'm just checking in with you, Jana, and just seeing how you're doing. We were talking about pain, and Anne has just said she's got a very painful upper back. Is that a temporary energetic thing, Anne? Is that just coming with the energies, or is this like a permanent thing? Oh, it's, you say I'm pressed with both hands. And I will let you know. Thanks, Jana. Yeah, do. It's really beautiful to be invited in to witness your process, and thank you so much for asking about this. Yeah, I'd love to know how this grows. Jana, thank you, love. So Anne, oh good, at least you're not in pain, Jana. Thank you. That is yeah, I was wondering. And you are, that's not great. I'm so sorry. No. Okay. Had a few weeks getting through COVID. Yeah, that is a tough gig. Right. Okay, we're just going to move the energy, and we've gone straight into it. So for everyone else, stay in your own experience. It's going to be a bumpy ride, apparently. Wow. Or a noisy one. Whoa. And it feels like we're shifting something. It's pain, and it's showing up as a little, it's not actually, but it's showing up as a little something hunkered down on your back. There is nothing there. It's like that. This is what the pain shape is showing up as. Shinyaha, Tanikatisha Nyahama. Got a lot of things coming in really fast, Dan. One is your joy. There's pain and joy seem very connected. And the other is you with your hands up, holding this up, just like, no, you're going to go away. No. And it's like, what they give me that, because like, if your joyful energy, use your joyful energy to take this pain and push it up and just go, you can have that back. I don't need this. They're just okay, now I can feel something opening out. I'm getting a high speed sense of transmutation. It's an uninvited energy, which you normally, of course, would not have in your field. So there's this, COVID always takes us beyond all the boundaries of what we're used to and gives us a new challenge to deal with. And this feels very much like your new challenge, and also your initiation. And initiation. And what I get is it's strengthening your transmutational capabilities by giving you something you cannot ignore, but are going to get rid of. So there's lots of different ways to work with pain. And normally I would say face it, hold it, embrace it, accept it. I'm not getting any of that for you. I'm just getting you getting rid of it and saying no to whatever this is. It's not you, it's not welcome, it's not needed, and you're transmuting it now with joy. That's better. I can really feel the song of your joy and how strong that is. Wow. Okay, love. And what I'm seeing now is just pure white column of light going from you all the way up. And it's like that is the leaving passage. That's what's coming. That's what's taking it. But it's also what's new, what's coming in.
Yeah.
So if you connect with that in your own way, how that shows up in the moment for you. So what are you getting energetically? If I speak about the white column of light, what do you get energetically in your own field? And now I'm getting a very strong infinity, golden infinity, lion heart, golden infinity loop around the heart, from the heart. And a kind of soft golden light expansion. So you've got the column, but you've got the expansion, golden light around the heart. And it's a steady expansion. It's like it's not going to go big really fast. It's gone from here to here. And it's going to stabilize here. It's got a beautiful soft radiance. And this is divine masculine energy, I think, Anne. Coming in as a column of light, but also now as a radiance. So if you're in the field now, we're just holding Anne in our awareness, so staying with our internal experiences, but holding Anne in our awareness as she goes through her process in the moment. Be speaking to that, energizing that. Okay. So whatever just came in, and it's suddenly grounded. It's like you've suddenly integrated something. I can still feel the remnants of the pain there. It's not like it's suddenly disappeared. I'm getting around the back of the heart. What I think just came in. GevaAnn, what do you get around this? Because I think what just came in was the energetic the template that's going to help her transmute this, but she's the one that's going to go to work on it.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
yeah.
Anne, I'm getting you connect with your divine masculine. I mean, we just painted a picture of the energy template, but connect with it how you get it. Use that as a transmutational power as you work with this pain presence that is not you, doesn't belong in your field, is not needed, but is here purely to give you initiation in your own magic working and show you how you can personally transmute more than you thought you could. I really want to check in with you in a couple of days and just see how that's going. So would you send a message? Okay. I kind of want to know how this works out for you. Yeah. I get it requires quite intense presence. It's going to require a bit of concentration on your part. Not constantly, but for like consciously going into meditation with this. 40 minutes at a time, like quite a deep. Not too long, they're saying. Don't go in too long because you'll actually strain this. You put too much strain. You're getting a blue light at the back of your heart. Yeah, that's interesting. I was getting the lions. That speaks of serious technologies, energy technologies, I think you might be working with. Yeah. Good. I like that you say that's anchoring. GevaAnn, so you can see that. Yeah. I'm going to sit with you with this for a few moments because it's busy now. So it may just be that it helps. Just all of us sitting here with this for a moment.
There's a lot of movement.
Yeah, there's a sense of a shifting. There's like a battle between being affected by what's coming in from the outside and transmuting it from the inside out. And it feels like your strength is going to come from transmuting from the inside out. And that's going to devour some of those. You haven't got a lot of them, but old vulnerabilities to anything coming from the outside in. There's just some residual ones that are just, time is up, time to go. You don't need to run that anymore. There you go.
Wow.
Right. How you doing, Anne? That suddenly landed. We just got booted out, so I think you've taken it on. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Right. Ah. Yeah. Dan just says ancient beyond time clearing. And that is beautiful, because that's the truth of that. I, who is the ancient one, who is beyond time, is that resting place. So you drop into the I, who is also that. And the body remembers it doesn't have to be vulnerable to any story that isn't true to its own unique soul path now. And everything that is part of its path, it has choice. You can change what's going on here, how it's happening. And rewrite from this place. So I think we're just going to invite us all into that place for a moment. So don't worry about what you experience. Stay with your breath, sensation in the heart, and just notice the sensations that are here without really naming them when we say these words. Opening now to the I, who is beyond time, beyond space, beyond all ideas of itself. Openness, spaciousness, being without needing, doing, having, or taking. All needs met in this now moment. Okay. And I'm getting the massage will be a loving thing, but it's like there's a part of you wants to realize that you can do the work that a massage would do by dropping into that deep place in consciousness within yourself first. It's not saying don't have the massage. It's saying also this, drop into this deep space and bring into the body the effects of what you're wanting from that massage. Like, do this yourself in meditation, just see how you get, play with it, explore it. This is what I'm getting. And then when you're done, maybe book a massage. That way round. Because what you're wanting, you can bring in from within. I get a very clear message about that. So just sit with that as it lands, love. What about you, GevaAnn?
Yeah, always that way round. Always do the energy first. Call it from within.
So it is, this 2020 is all about real physical things, isn't it? Jana has just given us an update. I'm going to share this now. So after turning her head in slightly, it was like I was ripped out of my body to blackness and falling, still at sound speed velocity. My head and intestines turning around. Gratitude.
Gosh. Wow.
It very strong physical experiences because the resets that we've been undergoing at deeper levels of consciousness are now the same resets that we're visiting in body consciousness, as the body tells us that it's not separate from the rest of all that we are. So let's just, with that, Jana, let's just listen in, because I'm not going to leave without checking in on this. Jana, I get this, just the breath. I think you've got this, but I'm just going to say it anyway. Being in the breath connects you to that motion that leaves and comes home, leaves and comes home. Comes from center, returns to center. So while you're in motion, I can feel there's something so strong at the back of the head there. GevaAnn, are you getting this as well? What are you got? So we're just going to hold you in our attention. Invite everyone in the field. Do the same. Stay in our internal space. Open to hold Jana in our attention and allow what of divinity within her is for her now to help her in this moment. Jana, if that's all right with you. That has made it very efficient because there's a lot of beautiful people working magic in the field, but it's all going through Jana's higher self. What's for her now? We're bringing the gift of ourselves to this moment. We're just staying with our breath and allowing what wants to happen in the moment. So don't feel like there's any pressure to know what we should be doing right now. It's an allowing space. The help comes from the divinity within. For each of us and for the one that we're holding in our focus. Remember to let go when you feel to let go. There you go. Okay. That felt like a short movement. GevaAnn, what do you get? Because I feel something has goes down in that one now.
Yeah.
Jana, stay checked in, would you? Make sure you let us know how you're doing, that you're all right. Okay? Send me a message later if you would. All right then. Okay. Okay, guys. So, I think a deep breath together. And again, I've got this image of that golden circle of the group field that we're in. So deep breaths together and just let's deep breathing together for a few minutes. Jana, thank you, love, for showing up and allowing.
Thank you.
So I'm going to invite us each to turn inwards and say thank you to to love itself, to those beautiful beings that work with us, to the infinity of love that we are, and to this I that we are here right now, to ourselves. So I just say thank you to whoever you want to say thank you to. But that's going to be what I would suggest. To ourselves, to the guides, to love itself. And just breathing with that resonance of gratitude, even if it's not for anyone or anything. It's a vibration all of its own. So invite that into the body. Thank you so much to all of you. Thank you, everybody here.
Thank you.
GevaAnn, thank you so much for channeling, and thank you for the guide that you brought through. My guide
Thank
to
you.
come through as well. Just
Yeah, indeed.
So it doesn't feel like we can leave just yet. There's something still not. What do you get, GevaAnn?
Yeah, there's quite a lot of energy coming through from here, through me at the moment to the field. I think I'm not quite. Yeah,
we're not closing down yet.
No. Okay, is there some word? Yeah, okay, there's some words. We are some of those who have been gathered with you. We wish to express our gratitude to you for your willingness to be present here in this moment and time and space, in this field of energy, with the beings here, and to be open to receiving what is available for you at this time. To be open to receive what is available for you in any moment is all that's required. For it gives us permission to bring to you what is available for you in that moment. You see how complete a circle it is. So thank you for gathering, for being present, for being open and willing to share and to receive. For joining this great experiment in moving forward into the new world, for there are many new ways to be. There are many new ways to act that you are finding, exploring, developing. Thank you. These are exciting times for all. For what will you create next? From the joy that you are, for the love that you are. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
There's a real sense that they were delighted to be able to, you know, that it's a two-way process, very much. That it's not even two-way; it's circular, and kind of like, wow, you're doing. Oh, that's interesting. You're doing it like that. Oh, that's good. Oh, wow. Well, we can. That kind of energy going on in it.
Yeah, I love it. It breaks the idea of authority and the giving of power away, because we are just doing this together. There's a synergy. So who's been in the group tonight has shaped what's gone on, how we've been holding each other with what's come up. And you know what is so exciting is this feels like such a creative space. I know that quite often when we got questions, it's we need help with stuff, and we do. But there's also something running, which is there's creating happening. There's creative potential for what happens when we get together in an arena like this, for example. So this is all of us together, and I love the way the guides just like, well, we're learning from you just as much as we're bringing stuff through. You know, there's this what's translated up to the higher frequential dimensions is like, well, this is new information, look at that, you know, as much as we are, well, that's interesting, thank you very much. So, you know, there's between all of us. And don't forget that everyone in the field comes with their own co-creative teams. Everyone is supporting us. So the synergy is not just a synergy of humans with a group of guides, it's a synergy of humans and all of those guides who are working with us and all of life and the unique configurations, the way that we connect to all of life, the way that we connect to the elementals, the angelic realms, the consciousnesses that we're alive to and that we're perceiving. And the part of purposes of these meetings is to really enhance our spectrum of perception, so that we get together and we expand the ways that we can perceive multidimensionally, that we can embody and experience energy and consciousness in physical human ways. Because we each bring a different gift, we each bring a different unique signature frequency for how we're connecting with the universe. So we get together in a field like this, we're going to share it. So we're picking up gifts from each other in these fields all the time. So that's a really beautiful message from Nina. I just want to put that up there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Right, thank you.
All right. So I think that wraps it up. No, we're just about at 2 hours now. So GevaAnn, is there anything else before we shut down?
No, I think we're the energies.
Divine grandfathers and grandmothers. See, this is Anne showing what she's bringing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And yours, Jana. It is really beautiful that you bring this to the field. Just thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys, this is us over and out. We'll do this again. I will try and get you more notice next time. I could do with an admin team because I've not been keeping up the notifications on social media. If you do want to get notified, help us out. You can always send your email address to either me or to GevaAnn. So send us a message, send us your email address, we'll put you on the newsletter. And we'll start putting these with advance warning on the newsletter. All right, guys, but for now, have a beautiful day. Look after yourselves and listen to what the body wants. We've all been through a big experience here now. So if you think this would be helpful for someone, by all means, do share it, post it where you feel it could be helpful. Likewise, yeah. That's it, isn't it? There's nothing else. Oh yeah, I'm going to be doing a half moon live again in a couple of days, 5th of August. Thanks, Anne. You are also awesomeness embodied. So we half moon live on the 5th of August, and that'll be short. That'll be like a channeling, energy update, and meditation. It'll be about 40 minutes probably. So I'll see you for that.
Bye.
Over and out.